Internship can be one of the most challenging, but also the most educational of your pursuits on your way to becoming a child life specialist. The process of securing an internship can be daunting, and the work you do may be trying, but in the end, you will come out ready to become a CCLS. The first step towards securing an internship is determining what you're looking for in your internship site. Does it have to be local? Do you want to be at a freestanding children's hospital? What semester do you want to do your internship? For many students, the biggest factor is the ability to relocate. Due to the high interest in child life field and the scarcity of placement opportunities, many candidates may find it difficult to secure a position locally. That's not to say it's impossible, but if you're willing to travel for an internship position, you will have more options available to you. On the ACLP website, there is a list of hospitals offering internship programs. This list is updated often, and the ACLP is in the process of finding the best way to keep this information up to date and relevant. That being said, it is vital that students do a lot of the legwork themselves. The list may give you a general idea of what's out there, but it is your responsibility to check that hospital's website or follow up with them, and even look for hospitals that may not be on the list. In addition, there are hospitals offering internships that are not accredited by the ACLP. These are still viable options for internships and should be considered. The general structure of the program and the application process may just vary from programs that are accredited. Once you have your list created of hospitals you are interested in, it is time to learn the details of each hospital's requirements. This requires you to thoroughly investigate the hospital's internship page and even reach out for information if it isn't clear. There is a common application for internship that many hospitals use, but some may not, and even still, every hospital has additional documents that are required to complete your application. These documents often include verification of volunteer hours, letters of recommendation, verification of practicum, resume, cover letter, essays, and some even require more rare things like application fees, autobiographies, or introduction videos. It is important to ensure that every item in that list is accounted for in your application. Because the field is so competitive, the process to whittle down candidates is very strict. If you miss one thing from your packet, it is likely that you won't be considered. If specific instructions aren't followed, such as no stapling of the packet or the order the forms may go in, it is likely that you won't move on to the next round. Above all, make sure you read through all of the instructions and all of your materials. Spelling, grammar, and professionalism play a huge part in evaluating applications. Have multiple people from different backgrounds read over your work. A good tip is to have a CCLS read over your work for content and anyone you know good with writing to check for clarity, punctuation, spelling, etc. The ACLP does set a standard deadline for application. However, it is up to the hospital whether they choose to follow that deadline or not. So be mindful of when your application is due. Once all of your materials are complete and you have mailed your packet off, it is time to wait and hear back. It often takes hospitals a few weeks to sort through all of the applications they receive and determine who will move on to the first round of interviews or the next phase in the process. Those candidates moving on will be contacted, but those who are not moving on are not guaranteed to hear back either way. It is at the discretion of the hospitals whether they will contact applicants who have been denied or not. Use your best judgment when trying to determine your status. If you are unsure of where you stand, it is acceptable to reach out to the program and request an update. Once you have been contacted to set up a first-round interview, start your preparations by reviewing the list of possible internship interview questions that the ACLP provides on their website, as well as looking over other resources online. Practice some answers to questions you think you may hear and familiarize yourself with key terms and theories. They often show up in interviews. In addition, interviews often ask about personal experiences in the field, so have a few ideas in mind of experiences you've had that have been beneficial to you in different ways. When it comes time for the interview, be professional but confident. If you are nervous, it is often easy to tell. Do your best, and after it's all done, make sure to send a follow-up thank you email to the interviewer. This shows that you appreciate them taking the time to meet with you. If you have been selected to move on to the second round interviews, congratulations! That's wonderful. If you have not been selected, you will most likely be notified. Please take that opportunity to ask for feedback on how to make your application or interview stronger for the next application process. Second round interviews often take the candidate pool and pare it down to a much smaller group, often less than 20 candidates. These interviews are often face-to-face, whether that is in person or virtual, and often last a lot longer and include multiple interviewers. The questions do become more challenging as you are expected to be a top candidate and be able to work on more difficult problems. Many times, questions may be scenario-based and ask what you would do in specific situation. Interviewers are often looking for you to use your knowledge on theory and child development to thoroughly answer these questions. It may be nerve-wracking, but if you stay calm, cool, and collected, you can master it no problem. Always be professional, and again, make sure to send a thank you email after the interview. Finally, it's time to wait and hear. ACLP does set a standard date of when hospitals should notify candidates about selection, but again, it is up to the hospital's discretion if they would like to use this date. Selected students are typically given 24 hours to respond, and if the internship spot has not been filled, there will be a second offer the following day to the candidate next in line. If you are not selected for an internship the first time you apply, don't be discouraged. It often takes students multiple times to secure a spot, but with courage and conviction, you will find the best fit for you that will make you the strongest child life specialist you can be.